Hey everyone, welcome back to AndyDemos, and today I'd like to show you an amp that you might have seen in other demo videos because it's a great pedal platform, but there's also a dirtier side. So let's check out the Overdrive Custom from Rola Amplifiers. The Overdrive Custom from Rola Amps takes a Dumble-style approach to refining your clean and overdriven tones with a feature set that goes above and beyond. This all-tube head features a 50-watt switchable to half-power platform. But these custom amps can be ordered with a pair of KT88s, bringing it to 100 watts, or a set of 6V6s for 20 watts, switchable down to 10. The Overdrive Custom starts with a high headroom clean channel. Controls include a 3-band EQ, plus a power amp cut, and a bright switch to match any guitar. Using that D-style approach, a jazz rock switch alters the voicing and gain structure, while a low-mid switch tightens up or fattens any instrument. The footswitchable overdrive channel engages an all-tube overdrive stage with separate volume and gain controls in series, so it always retains the tone you've dialed in on the clean channel, just with more girth and sustain. The overdrive bias at the rear sets the maximum overdrive possible, while the effects loop and line out with adjustable output level make this a versatile amplifier on stage or in the studio. Like all Rola amps, the Overdrive Custom is hand-wired one at a time using turret board construction with great attention to detail in Seattle. This model uses USA-made Mercury Magnetics transformers, military-spec pots and switches, and high-quality caps from F&T and Sozo. For more information on these top-quality road-ready amplifiers, check out Rola Amps in the link below. As you heard in the intro, the Overdrive Custom definitely has two different personalities, so let's try the clean one first. I'm using the full 50 watts, cranked up the master volume, and I'm keeping the gain relatively low, so it's a very high headroom clean sound. And then we'll manipulate those tones using the mid switch and explore the rock and jazz switch in this clean setting. So as you can tell, that's sparkling clean. Let's fatten things up with that mid switch. So depending on how dirty you have the amp, that's a really helpful control, even more so than the low end. It just tightens up humbuckers, for instance, and we'll get into that very soon. Let's switch it back to 25 watts and get something a little bit more jangly, using the output section to get a little bit more extra grind and chime. So in this case, engaging that low mids kind of fattens things up, but it also gets a little bit cleaner. So let's see how that really interacts with the rock and jazz switch. And just as a reminder, we're still in the clean channel, but we've dialed down the output and cranked up the gain of this clean channel. So there's a lot of nice rhythm crunch available even without engaging that overdrive channel. So with that being said, let's hear the difference between a light breakup and the overdrive in this 25 watt setting. And since that overdrive channel has its own volume and gain, you could actually get some really different combinations. If you just want a clean boost, you simply back off on the drive and crank the output of that second channel. Or if you just want to keep it completely clean on that first channel, there's definitely enough drive available on that overdrive. And when it comes to matching the Overdrive Custom to your pickups, you have a lot of options in terms of brightness and how wide open the tone is going to be. So let's just start by engaging the bright switch and then adjust the overall brightness and hairiness of the amp with the cut knob. And since we've changed guitars, let's just go over the rock and jazz switch as well as the mids so you can see how it really changes the whole voicing. And in contrast to that last example where I switched from super clean to super dirty, let's just use the overdrive channel as a volume boost. So I'm going to crank up the volume of the clean channel, crank up the output of the overdrive channel, but just have a little bit of gain. And this is helpful if you have other effects in front of the amp and you just want something a little bit louder. So let's try something a bit different. Of course, you could get a clean sound in the rock voicing and a dirty sound in the jazz voice. And I've noticed if you have an overdrive sound in the jazz mode, it's a little bit burlier, so this is really cool with single coils. I've also put a Mercury 7 from Maris in the effects loop. So whatever channel I have selected, the tails of this really lush modulated reverb are going to stay clear and defined because it's happening post-overdrive. Well, there's your look at a very versatile amp, the Overdrive Custom from Rola Amps, and you can find out all about these hand-wired beauties by clicking the link below. Thanks for watching, it's been a lot of fun, and I'll see you for another Andy demo.